What's going on with this ancient map here? It seems that the cartologists who drew this map may have accidentally picked up a map of Australia and drew it by mistake thinking it was South America. But just at a glance, the country drawn has similar characteristics to Australia. Note this was a time when Australia was unknown to the world, as Australia wasn't discovered for another 70 years later. What makes this even more interesting is that all European countries claim to not know of Australia. Yet when Parry Rees traveled past Australia in 1513, he stated the country was in ruins. Yes, I solved the Parry Rees map, and yes, it's Australia, not Antarctica, South America, or any other excuse Charles Hapgood can make up. Just because Hapgood was a professor, it allowed him to make stuff up on the spot. Hapgood was challenged about his Antarctica theory, and he made up another, and then another, just to fit Antarctica there, where other scholars and archaeologists will regurgitate his nonsense today, because the archaeologists have a certificate. People believe it. The cartologists who drew this map in 1543 were from the Dieppe school of cartology, which is a distinctive style of map-making that emerged in the French port town of Dieppe. During the 1500s, the Dieppe school produced a series of innovative and artistic maps, often known as Dieppe maps, where the artist would put together maps like a jigsaw puzzle, then match the maps and draw them. This is what I believe we are seeing here. The cartologists mistakenly matched South America and Australia together, then drew it. Dieppe maps occasionally included elements of secrecy. For example, some maps featured encrypted inscriptions or symbols, possibly intended for use by navigators or privateers. The exact purpose of these elements remains a subject of scholarly debate, which is what this might be, or it is that he drew it by mistake. I say mistake because he wasn't supposed to draw Australia at all. Because Australia was an incognito country, it translates to the unknown, but we know that if you don't want people to find out what you are doing, you become incognito. We can look at the maps they had available to see what South America looks like and if any are drawn in a similar way. It seems as if they only drew the western coastline of South America and not the eastern side, which is also confirming what I said earlier about having to jigsaw the map pieces together into one whole jigsaw to make the maps of the world. So, did the cartologist draw Australia as South America by mistake? And if he did draw Australia, this proves again Australia had already been found by Europe, and then the detail that Australia was drawn, it indicates that Australia was already well navigated in the 1500s. But why did Parry Rees say Australia was in ruins in 1513 and not a forest full of trees or similar? So what did Parry Rees mean by that statement of in ruins? Watch how I solved the Parry Rees map here. But not only did I solve the Parry Rees map and found out Australia was found 100 years earlier, I also solved the Garden of Eden's location in China, the Tower of Babel's location in Iran, not Iraq, found New Zealand on a 1550 Mercator map. I found Yahweh or God is from the Pacific, and that's why I am in the Pacific, uncovering its past.